What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got big news for the One Piece TCG. And yeah, we're going to start off with a delay. There's bigger news coming as a ban list. We're going to talk about the ban list in a minute. First, we're going to talk about the delay. It is official, it has been confirmed, it has been announced. It is for the UK, so I suppose if you're not in the UK, you can kind of sit here and be like, ha, losers. Which would honestly be a little bit mean, right? But I want to just point something out. It's not a big delay. I've seen some people try and post about this saying, huge delay. Well, it's not a huge delay, is it? It's a week. It's literally a week. And I get that it sucks. I am actually properly affected by this because I like to try and do an opening of the set as soon as the set comes out. And if the set comes out a week later for me than people in other countries, it means my opening is going to be a week later than people in other countries. That is very much not ideal, all right? I get that. But it is just a week at the end of the day. It's not a huge delay, and I'm sorry, but I don't like it when people are over-egging stuff to try and get attention. Because, look, if it's delayed by a month, that's a huge delay. Now, is it huge news that it's delayed by a week? You could argue that, absolutely. Is it a huge delay? No. It's a week. Literally a week. The set is due for release on the 15th of March. UK is getting it on the 22nd of March. We're actually having our pre-release starting on the weekend of release, which I actually really appreciate. Because what they could have done was put it back 2 weeks to have a proper pre-release. But they don't need to put it back 2 weeks. They only need to put it back a week. It's a shipping delay. And I want to give Bandai credit here, because rather than going, well, let's put the pre-release back to the 22nd, the release will have to be on the 29th, they've said, look, the pre-release and the regular stuff is all going to get there on the 22nd. Let's just release it on the 22nd. I love that they're doing this. This is awesome. The double pack set with the new Don is also coming out now on the 22nd. And then the starter deck 12 is also coming out on the 22nd. Everything's being put back a week. As it stands at the moment, it is just in the UK. But remember, we've been here before, right? We've seen this before. Please just remember that, yes, it's the UK for now. It could end up being other countries. At the moment, there's no reason to believe it is. There's no news that it is. But just letting you guys know. The bigger news, however, is that there is a ban list update coming. Now, for the life of me, I cannot find the proof of this, which is really annoying me, but it is an open secret at this stage. Everybody knows there is a ban list update coming. The ban list is getting redone, and this is super duper interesting to me, because there is an awful lot of people trying to figure out what's getting banned. Now, remember, as it stands at the moment, the One Piece ban list is not exactly well populated. Like, as of December the 8th, that's the last time they updated it, so that's the last time I've got an image showing the date, there are 2 banned cards, Moby Dick and Kabaji. Now, we've talked about this a lot, but I'm going to tell you one more time. Kabaji is banned because, I mean, look, it draws a couple of cards. But there's other cards that let you basically reuse it several times. And apparently it's too broken with Nami. I'm still not convinced. I would love, legitimately, I would love to see this unbanned. Just for like 1 or 2 tournaments. Just to see what would happen. I want to know if this is actually that broken or not. I am not convinced it is. I'm not saying it definitely needs to be unbanned. I'm just saying I have yet to be convinced of the need for it to be banned. Different thing. The one that I am 100% sure absolutely should remain banned, however, is Moby Dick. Moby Dick is a dumb card. I mean, I kind of love it. And I would love to see this unbanned for a tournament. Not because I actually need to know whether it's too good. It is. I just want to see what would happen. Because we all know these Whitebeard decks are pretty good. Whitebeard has been pretty good since it came out, but Moby Dick as a stage card is just dumb. It's a 2-cost stage card that plays on a trigger, and if you have 1 or less life, your Edward Newgate and all your characters of the Whitebeard Pirates get a 2k bump. Bearing in mind, Roanoa Zorro, the leader, bumps your characters, not the leader, just the characters, by 1k and has been a good, legit leader. And even then, that's Don X1, so you need to actually put the Don on. This is just a 2-cost stage that just sits there and gives you 2k to all of your characters and your leader, assuming you're playing Newgate, which you should be. It's dumb. It's so dumb. Imagine your opponent having an 8k leader just to start the turn. Such a dumb card. I kind of love it. But this is a one card in the history of the One Piece TCG, which I'm aware doesn't go back that far. This is the one card where I look at it and I'm just like, how did they not see this in testing? Which is impressive because most card games have a lot more than one card where I think that. So what could be hit this time round? Well, there are some obvious candidates. One that people keep throwing out there is Big Mum. The 10-drop Big Mum is a ridiculous card. Now, the fact that it only works for Whitebeard Pirates is a nice limiting factor, but it's also a 2-life swing. You gain a life and your opponent loses a life, and then there's a 12k on the board. That is clearly a ridiculous card, and I'm not saying this will get banned. I'm not saying it should get banned. What I'm saying is this is one of the ones that people most often suggest is going to be, and it's one that would make sense. Of course, you do have to look at tournament results when we're looking at this stuff, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am not sure the tournament results are telling us that, well, Katakuri. Katakuri is the best deck that can play this. And look at the OP-05 format on Limitless. Katakuri is like the 4th biggest deck at 10% of the meta. Do we really need to ban a card for a deck which is the 4th biggest deck in the meta? Like, there is a better yellow deck that can't play Big Mum, because your leader's got to be Big Mum for it to work. So, yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, looking at the results, the best deck is Sakazuki. And it's blatantly Sakazuki. Like, obviously Sakazuki. It's got almost half the meta share. It won the European finals. Now, it didn't actually win Oceania, which is a bit weird, nor did it win Latin America, nor did it win North America, but it was the other 3 in the top 4 of Oceania. It just actually didn't end up winning. And it was all over Latin America, and in North America, it was the losing deck in the final. So let's make no mistake here, it is definitely the best deck. So what you really want to be doing, like for me, the obvious candidate for the ban list is something to weaken Sakazuki. Although there is an argument that when OP-06 comes out, you don't even necessarily need to do that. But if you're looking for candidates, it's the Rebecca-Rob Lucci combination. That's the most oppressive thing about this deck. Not saying it's the only good thing about this deck. Certainly, there is a big argument for Great Eruption being a ridiculous card as a 1-cost. And the -2 cost comes in super handy as well. Or Ice Age as a 1-cost, giving -5 cost to allow you to go after those characters. But really, for me, it's a combination of Rob Lucci and Rebecca. Rebecca is a 4-cost blocker that lets you grab a black character of a cost of 3 to 7 from your trash and then play a 3-cost or lower. And Rob Lucci is a 4-cost that KOs a 2-cost or less and a 1-cost or less, but obviously it's not actually going to be that, because you're going to be using these other cards to lower their power. Yes, I know Hina is another big part of that combination. That is generally the free cost you play for free using Rebecca, and it gives -4 cost. But as much as Hina is clearly the best way to do it, it's why everyone plays for Hina, there are other ways to lower cost, and I feel like you could take away Hina and players would adapt. Whereas Rebecca and Rob Lucci, they seem to me to be the problem cards in that deck. Obviously, there's an argument for Hina, but all Hina does is reduce cost and get played for free by Rebecca, and the being played for free is obviously huge, but there are other ways to lower cost, like I say, for me, it's Rebecca and Rob Lucci. They are the two cards I look at in this deck, and I'm just like, nah, mate, they be too good. Those, for me, are the leading candidates. I don't think Big Mum is good enough. And I think Big Mum is a phenomenal card, don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the absolute best cards in the game. But if I'm sitting there at Bandai, I am really not worried about banning a card to stop a deck that is the fourth biggest deck and had a single top 4 finish in all 4 of the Western finals. There was a third place in Latin America. That was it, in all 4 of the finals. I am not banning a card to stop that deck. I might consider banning cards to stop Sakazuki, or restricting cards to stop Sakazuki. But then again, by the same token, I'm just like, with OP-06 coming out, do we really need to? Well, I've laid it all down, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's over to you guys, and I know this is going to be a good video for discussion, so nice simple question. What card do you think will be banned? What card would you like to see banned? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.